Welcome to the Outhouse Super Show.
You draw trouble like an outhouse draws flies. Outhouse.
Oh, look, an indoor outhouse.
Been in outhouses that didn't stink that bad.
40 yards to the outhouse.
Both brothers be having them an outhouse.
Welcome to the Outhouse Super Show, episode 21.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's also what, Blackjack, right?
probably.
So ironically, we have her.
We are two. Kibblez, you look different today.
I've been showering less.
Oh.
You know?
Anyways, we are 2/3 of Dwarf Among Midgets.
Yep.
My name is Matty Mayonnaise. This is
Messy Gravis.
and our special guest,
I am OddUnique.
Yeah.
OddUnique.
OddUnique.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys for having me.
That's not actually Kibblez. That was
No.
a joke.
No.
Could be though.
It
Who
is
knows?
odd. And
What
it's unique.
What if he just like unzips and he's Kibblez? Oh, what?
Step
No,
out.
Kibbles can't hide that smell.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what give him away.
Yeah, we would know.
Yeah, they'll give him away.
It's like when a dog marks like a hydrant, it's like kibble has a certain
Exactly,
smell to
yeah.
it. You know?
A certain stench.
We know that
Kibbles.
smell. Yeah, we've known that smell for a long
It's
time.
like what, burnt socks. I would call it burnt socks. Like used burnt socks. That
He's
you
not
don't
even here to
wash.
defend himself. We're just
Exactly,
roasting.
that's
The roast
the
is
whole
over,
point.
Jesse.
Yeah,
You didn't,
but I
you
wasn't
weren't
there.
We had a lot of fun
I
with
know.
that.
I was too busy in Pennsylvania trying to assassinate the president.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
See, I was in the water tower the whole time.
Oh, God.
You know, shooting above, and I missed. You know, because it's my first day at Microsoft.
You're on the topics
I know,
today. This
I
is
know.
crazy. So yeah, last week we did do the roast of Brian Allen West. Me
Yeah.
and Kibblez were there. Jesse could not make it for some weird reason,
Yeah.
and he paid some other dude to come in and act like him, which was weird.
because I had some shit to do. I had to take care of some shit.
Anyways, one of the big things coming up soon, August 16th,
Friday.
the opening of Outhouse Records at 109 East
Yeah.
Sycamore,
Yep.
Yes.
which is downtown Kokomo, Geek
Yeah.
Street.
Beautiful Geek Street.
I'm
Indiana.
overusing this cheer today.
No,
It's cool,
I love
but
it. I love it.
There's a lot
So-
of things to be cheerful about.
yeah. So Outhouse Records is opening August 16th.
Yep.
And OddUnique is going to be one of the performers that night.
Actually, he's gonna be the first one. He's be opening. He's gonna be
first one in the
christening it.
whole
He'll be
shop.
First christening it.
I
'cause
love starting shows off.
he's played Harvestfest.
Yeah.
Too many times.
Yeah, we got Harvestfest coming up too, September 14th. More plugs.
Yeah.
More
Hell
plugs.
yeah.
More plugs.
Oh,
more plugs.
I actually just booked a show yesterday for Jaron Bitten on October 16th.
Ooh.
And
where's that
it'll
at?
be at the Rose Center in Indianapolis. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've also got a
My boy's making big. Getting so big.
I know. I remember recording you in a separate extra bedroom in my house years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Maddie, you're the first person that ever gave me like a real, like somewhat of like a real studio.
Yeah,
like you
vibe.
kind of like you honestly gave me a really good standard to go to other studios with, because I like from what I found going out is like other people don't come as prepared, and I feel like
Yeah.
some of that is just like
Look,
what
here,
you gave me being in the studio.
stand in my closet. Let me hang this blanket up. Yeah.
With the coat hangers and pantyhose.
I mean, to be fair, I think when we record, I just had that little shield thing. So
Yeah.
like, but I mean, honestly, I use that for all kinds of vocals, and it works perfectly. So, but yeah, that's cool though. I didn't realize I was like the first. I was the standard now. That's
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it just gave me like it gave me something to like. I went to the studio and I had written material, but I hadn't like sat and recorded anything and heard myself in like a studio setting.
Yeah.
So it kind of gave me like
Oh, you hear your
what
voice
to-
back for the first time, and you're like, "Damn,
Yeah, it
I'm
was-
dropping
It's a
some
lot
bars.
different, especially when you get compression in there and everything else.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I sound professional. You know,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
big difference
Yeah.
for
and,
sure.
Like hearing like the different like voice inflections that you
Mm.
don't necessarily catch as much when you're just doing it raw.
You could find a lot of cool tones that way because it's something new, you know, it's fresh. So you get a new tone in your voice. Like, I didn't know I could even do that, you know?
Like the scene of Hustle and Flow. She hears the song. She hears her voice back. That's Kaylee's like,
It's weird because my little brother,
Matt's like, leave. And Matt's like,
my brother told me the same thing, Freddie Bedrock. He, the first time I recorded him for that Dwarf record, he was like, I kind of think I can be a rapper now because
'cause you
you
heard
made me
it.
sound
Yeah,
professional.
exactly.
He's like, I always just messed around with it, but now that I've heard myself on recording, he's like, I think I can actually do it. And I'm like, oh,
you gotta hear. You
that's
gotta,
cool.
you know, critique yourself.
Right.
It's the best way to do it. You know?
Yep. That's why I like stand-up comedians. You know, they always film themselves and they go
Yep.
back, and it's not for anybody else. They just watch it. I know Jordan films
Everything.
the Kokomo Press open mic comedy night every
Yeah,
Thursday
plug,
at 8 p.m.
plug, yeah.
There's so many plugs.
Which he's got me on tape.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of
He's got a bunch of
shit,
those,
yeah.
but the main reason he started doing that is so like you can watch it back and kind of figure out where your rhythms are and stuff. It's the same way with like recording in a studio, you know, for music or whatever. Or if you record your shows, you can definitely see your stage presence, you know.
And then who better to open up the record store? You know, Oddly. You know,
I mean, Green Jello would be better, but that's another. That's an inside job.
I walked into and Mike had a Green Jello record, and I go, "That stays, that stays."
Hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
Do you know that story? Or you ever hear about that?
No.
Yeah,
That
Bill
was funny.
Manspeaker.
The lead
Yeah.
singer Green Jello, who
wouldn't play the American Hi-Fi unless I left.
Unless
He hates it.
Unless I left. Yeah, he hates me so much.
Why?
I don't know.
He took some shit out of context when I said online, you know, and he thought I was calling him a pedophile. And I was like, dude, I wasn't even. But if you know, if you
And
got
if the shoe fits.
that's why. see, I'm not the only one that gets it. I'm like, I wasn't talking anything about that, but man, if you know, the shoe fits, you know, and then he got really mad.
I love Bill. I'm just saying.
And I'm the one that booked the show.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted Green Jello, you know, because Maddie loves him and shit. And I was like, you know, I'll be the bigger man, and he was not. You know, he did not.
Me and
he didn't
Kibblez,
want to have it.
like we were a part of the band, like a touring band for a long time. We would get on the road and we would go play with them and stuff. We didn't get paid. He would pay for our food. He would pay for a hotel, whatever. And so Jesse said he preys on kids.
Yeah.
Meaning he takes fans and makes them play for him and doesn't
Like
pay
a cult,
them.
like a cult kind of thing.
But
you know,
preys on kids sounds like
Yes,
something completely different. So
yeah,
that's where it all came from.
Yeah.
But I had a fucking time of my life. I don't care that I didn't get paid. I got food. He bought me stuff at a rummage sale one time. He paid for hotels.
But it was funny. I remember
I had a
It's
blast
the
on tour.
experience.
I remember
dude.
the. I remember.
And I got to play with a band that I've been listening to since I was a kid, you know.
I remember the point. I know the Zag point where he didn't like me is we were sitting outside in some place in Ohio, and it was right when Bill Cosby was, you know, happening, the memes and shit.
Oh,
People
yeah.
and I go, why don't you make a Bill Cosby puppet and shove Green Jello up his ass? You know, go, you'll rape
That makes
Bill
perfect
Cosby.
sense.
And he goes, no, man, you're stupid because people will say the N word.
Oh.
I go, yeah, that's the point.
That is possible, yeah.
I'm like, but that's punk rock. You know? I was like, you're trying to do a punk rock puppet show. You think Gore is gonna worry about the N word? No. You know, they shove crosses up priests' ass all the time. You
still don't want you don't want people fucking racist yelling shit out of your show though. That's just a bad look.
Well, just don't play the South then.
So that happened. No, that happened at Cooper's Pub.
what? Bill Cosby got
During the
raped with
roast.
Jell-O?
No. A guy got arrested during
you
our
told me
set.
that. Yeah, you
so
told
me
me
and
that.
Kibblez went up there as we were doing our roast stuff. We were roasting up Brian West, you know, and we started our set. And apparently the cops showed up as soon as we got up there. And so everybody was distracted looking
Thank
outside
God I
the whole
wasn't
time.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but turns out at the end of the show, like once we got done, I turned around. I was like, "Oh shit, there's cops out here," because it was the door behind us. And turns out there was a guy in the middle of the. He was just being drunk and belligerent. And he's yelling like a bunch of racist shit. Like
And Kokomo, no.
that's what I'm saying. Like you don't want that at your show because it's distracting.
Yeah.
We got distracted, and our whole set got distracted because there was a fucking racist asshole in the middle of the thing. He called Jordan Bell token at one point. I'm like, what the fuck are you
token black
doing?
guy?
Dude? Yeah. But it's because we were all making jokes about it. Like like we had some jokes about stuff. You know, he's black, so we're gonna make black jokes.
We're
we're the
friends. We're allowed to.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah.
And he already knew it was coming because I told him
Yeah.
before. I was like, dude, I'm gonna make fun of that you don't know your dad.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I threw a bunch of stuff like that, you know, and he was cool, whatever. And like
I
the difference is
remember that.
we're performers. You can't just sit in the middle and just yell racist shit. You're gonna get thrown out, and not only get thrown out, but like apparently he was belligerent enough to get the cops called. So
that was bad.
that's what Bill
yeah.
Manspeaker didn't want.
Yeah. But that's not a punk rock show, though. You're doing a dance
roast?
with comedy.
That's pretty punk.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're acting for activity, you know, and stuff like
The
that.
different-
And if they did say some racist shit, you know, you kick them out and continue with the punk rock show.
The
You know,
difference
it's
is-
not that hard, you know. But
That's fair.
that was the moment though. I saw
still-
that look in his eye though. He saw me and he went, I ain't gonna like you. Like already, I don't like your ideas.
The Bill
already,
Cosby
boy.
thing, it would be funny,
Yeah, it
especially
would be
because Jello
hilarious. And it
makes
just
sense with
happened.
him.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Like it was right when it was popping. I was like, dude, it's so hot. Like he could have been on the news talking, you know, hit the, you know, fucking shit like that. But no,
Yeah.
he wouldn't go viral. But he'd rather do FedEx, you know, copy pictures of himself and sell them for $20 a pop and rape kids.
People buy them. Oh Jesus. I signed so many. I signed way more autographs on
Yeah,
those
that's
tours
what- yeah, I
than I
did,
ever did
yeah.
with Dwarf. So I'm just saying.
Well, that's kind of epic. There's some messy green Jello autographs
Yeah,
out
I
there.
know,
Probably
I know.
He probably hates it. He
I
wants
signed
them all,
V-
he wants them
Those
all
are-
washed.
I signed some VHS tapes that
Find
came out the
those.
year I was born.
Yeah, if you find those, I want them back.
Those are memorabilia. Those might be worth millions now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The one green Jello guy that didn't conform.
So you're a performer. Have you had any fucked up stories like that?
Yeah, like so
Yeah,
when we
here
were
we
doing
go.
the open mic at Club Obsession, like I am
yeah.
a firm
They
believer.
shut that down, didn't they?
Yeah, and
No.
and I think a lot of it like comes down to that, like so like the kind of fans that you breed based off of the kind of content and things that you put out in the world. Like I'm a firm believer in that. So like I when you make violent music that reflects a violent lifestyle, those things follow you through your fans. So it's like,
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
and I feel like even like I feel like there's a positive, not necessarily a positive way, but there's a way to convey that without like glorifying it
Well, I
and
think,
making it seem like that's what you're asking.
I
of
think
your
violence
friends.
is beautiful, though.
And it can be.
Violence is beautiful.
Violence can be a beautiful thing, but for me, it's more of out of necessary.
Says the
Like,
guy wearing a Terrifier shirt.
That's true. That's where I get
It's
my
awesome
violence.
shit,
That's
dude.
like
Yeah,
that's
I love that
my,
movie.
that's my way of like letting those kinds of things out of me.
The
Like
third
I
one-
would much rather watch somebody do it who put in effort and it's their passion to make
Practical
things for like
effects,
that.
too, with
Yeah,
that.
like it's yeah. So there's been times we were at Club Obsessions. Actually, my first time ever there at the open mic, I was performing. There wasn't very many people there, and one of my friends had like stepped out back. He had been drinking a little bit, and he had got jumped by somebody else
No
because he
shit.
thought that he was saying something to his girl, which wasn't even the case.
Wow.
And it's just like and there was a few instances where like there was fights in the parking lot or during performances, and every time it takes away from the person that's trying to like be up there
Yeah.
conveying their art.
See?
You know
That's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying.
So it
It takes away from the show. It
and-
just happened to us at the roast. I know. Yeah.
And so yeah, I just feel like it's just important. I believe in like I have a saying that I kind of found being out. It's just like party in peace and party with a purpose. You know what I mean? So it's
like
like
that.
if you can do those things, like
Yeah.
that's what you should work towards. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
a way to-
And will you help me host an open mic?
Yeah.
Hip hop there at the record store.
I would
Do
love
it right.
to do that.
Do it right.
Absolutely.
You know, that'd
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, which is like if you're not like and
Yeah,
it's
peace, party with purpose. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
If you ain't
party
gonna
with-
party with purpose, get the fuck out.
yeah, you know what I mean? Party and peace
have good
and party with a
security.
purpose. Yeah.
Well, I'm head of security, so
Yeah, but you're also running the store, so you
yeah.
got to delegate these
it's
things.
small enough. I can throw people out and run to the other side.
Call Miguel Castro and tell him, "Yeah, I need you for some security."
Well, yeah.
You know?
And-
He always
and-
liked doing that a
Yeah,
little
he did.
too much.
Yeah, he did. He
In the-
did.
well,
Him
and-
and Kenny Musselman.
Yeah.
I heard Kenny one time, and he was picking kids off the parking lot and like putting them back in their car all drunk and shit. You know?
It might be a good investment.
It's true.
Well, and I feel like one of the things where like Obsession had kind of failed at was like what they weren't doing while the open mic was going on. So like it's not an open mic music scene any other time but Thursday. So you know what I'm saying? Like any other time it's just a club drunking environment. As
Yeah.
compared like the record store is going to be you know,
the certain time, open
and-
mic from this time to this time.
and it'll
yeah.
be it's a music designated place
Exactly,
where
yeah.
people are
There's records
going
on the wall.
for
It's
that.
not-
It's not just a
like-
nightclub.
Yeah, people
Exactly.
aren't going there just to get drunk, and then
Yeah.
maybe a local rapper's there. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's
You
gonna
go play some arcades and buy some records and
Yeah.
listen to some music.
Absolutely.
we
I
should-
can't
It's a
wait.
good
I'm
time,
excited.
man.
We should make it like some kind of like Apollo crowd, where like if you suck, we'll throw shit at you and shit. Like you have to bring your A game to be on the stage.
so one
like
thing
man, they're
we
violent
did-
down there.
Courtney's got a
garden.
garden, fresh tomatoes.
Dude,
Just saying.
perfect. Yeah, bring your
thing
shit or
that-
you're getting thrown off stage.
One thing we did at Club Obsession was like for the first couple weeks, pretty consistently. It kind of faded off as the crowd of artists got bigger. It got harder to do, but we did like live like critiques from the crowd.
There you
Like
go.
they were letting
That would be
people
cool.
like
That's cool.
kind of give feedback
Yeah.
from what people thought for each artist in
'Cause
between.
I want to get some DJs in there too.
See,
you know,
that's
spin some shit.
I think that's good, and I think a lot of every artist needs critique like that. But I think there's a lot of them that would
a lot
just
of
get in their
egos,
feels,
though. Yeah, a lot of egos.
and they wouldn't be able to handle it.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. Like once the crowd got a little bit bigger, and that means like the people showing up got a little bit bigger. The critiques become different because then it's like somebody who might be showing up every week to that open mic, and it's your first time seeing them, and they just wrote a new song and they're struggling with it. The kind of critique you would give them there isn't going to be the same
Yeah.
kind of critique you've
Dude.
seen over the growth. So
Let's do
that's
a-
where it kind of became.
I like
faulty.
the idea, but I feel like it can add some animosity.
That's why
Like,
you,
yeah,
yeah,
let's
like
do a
you need
live
like
podcast of like Kill Tony, but with hip hop artists, where you give them a minute to rap.
You get a minute, come up and rap.
Yeah, and
That
then
would be
and then we
dope.
critique, and we're like, hey, this is you can give them good criticism.
You just
or
need a consistent
fucking destroy
panel.
'em.
Or American
and throw
Idol.
tomatoes
Yeah.
at them.
The
yeah,
Voice.
sort of. Yeah,
We should do
everybody-
something like
yeah.
that.
You do that,
Kokomo's
look.
Got Talent.
yeah.
But
Yes.
you do it voice style, so just have the chairs facing the opposite way.
Oh, the voice,
Don't
yeah,
have
hit the button.
judges- Yeah, like
So
don't
you
have
just
the
hear
judge-
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like sometimes like presentation is part of it. So if you can
or somehow behind a wall.
or something,
curtain.
yeah,
You
yeah,
open a
yeah.
curtain at the end.
Oh,
There
if you
you
want
go.
to, you hit
Cool.
a button and a curtain will open if you want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
That's cool.
That
That's a
is
good
cool.
idea.
Yeah.
You know what I
Got
mean?
lots of ideas.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, I would
Hip-hop,
love to do
metal bands, all of it, all music.
I know a lot of local rap artists that are missing an open mic because
Well,
they
we're
don't
getting
really
it.
have a place to go,
Well,
and
they
they
will.
would love something like
109 East Sycamore. It's gonna be shit. And there's records. You can sample. We'll go ahead and sample off the wall.
Absolutely.
Just grab a record, fucking sample it,
Dude.
You
throw
know
it
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
turntable. It's
There
fun.
we go. Like, see how
Sample's my
good
last
of a
name.
rapper are you or DJ are you? Can you take anything on the wall and make a good fucking?
I feel like there's a lot of traditional DJs around here though. Like, I don't
Not
know.
yet.
The
I've seen a few, but not.
I guess I wouldn't necessarily call him my DJ, but somebody that I really have like got a lot of love and support did the open mic is Larry, the producer. And
Oh yeah,
man,
Larry.
Okay.
I've heard
I've heard the
Larry.
name.
And yeah, he does the cootery, or he's done the
Coterie.
cooterie, yeah,
Cooterie.
and,
Cooteries.
and he's done Cooper's
That's a different club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the pink taco.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, I was so pissed. My first night, or not my first night, my first week in Arizona, we drove by a place and it said the Pink Taco. I go, that's a strip club, you know?
gotta be.
And we go in there and it's a Mexican place.
That's
I was like,
weird.
aw. I was disappointed and almost happy. Food was good.
You didn't say the right password though.
Yeah,
You say
exactly.
the password, they take you in the back.
That's what
Oh,
it
man.
was. Extra casada. It's like, there's no such
You
thing
gotta-
as casada.
you gotta,
like,
You got to do like you got to do the special knock and be like, I'm trying to get this dirty witch ass wet.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Wait, however you said it in Spanish.
yeah. Desorden bonita, masada nita. Oh no, he said the word.
There's like one gnat flying around here, and it's driving me insane,
yeah,
dude.
driving me nuts too.
It's because of these lights. They probably have found its way in. It's like, look at all these lights.
Let me find
It's driving
it.
me crazy.
It's that one. It's driving me crazy.
Anyways, so yeah, so the grand opening's coming, and then we're apparently going to do an open mic.
Yeah.
Hip hop open mic.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
I'm gonna do some comedy.
Yeah.
You do comedy as well? No.
I would
Tell us a
love
joke.
to. I would love to. It's
Yeah.
like comedy is like kind of one of those arts that I have a lot of respect for as
It's
an artist
hard.
because
It's hard.
I could never like. I don't think I could ever like. I have jokes in my head, and I have like tried to write out minutes.
It sounds amazing in your head.
Exactly, and I just know from watching tons of Kill Tony that that's just not how it goes.
No,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's actually the working it, and so like it's more of something I feel like I would love to try it. I would
Yeah.
love to like
Oh, we'll
actually
try
put a
it,
little
yeah.
effort into it and do some shit like that because I
Hey,
love comedy.
Cooper's Pub has an open mic night every
man. That is
Thursday.
true.
Yeah.
That is true, and I definitely would love to.
Open mic
have-
comedy. Yeah, they do
Oh,
it every
yeah.
week. It's Cocoa Press. But yeah, the roast gave me a lot of respect for comedy writers
Mm-hmm.
because like writing those things and like trying to figure out how it's going to hit with the audience and what
Exactly. Your
what's
timing.
what's too far, what's not, and then the timing is everything. And that's because that's the first time I've ever really written like comedy. You know what I mean? Like other than like in our songs, but
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
come up with that together.
But you have something to hide behind the music.
Yeah, I got the guitar.
This is just you and the
Yeah,
voice.
I know, and
Yeah,
it's like
hard.
It was rough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And the whole time I was up there, I just thought that the crowd just wasn't. We got some laughs and stuff. I got some groans, which is what I was going for.
Well, everyone was focused on the racist
I know.
guy.
I didn't know till the end of the set that the cops were there, and I was like, "Oh, that one makes sense." Shit, we need a redo. like,
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
if
like-
you would have known, you could have tied that into the set.
I know, yeah, and I would
like,
have.
Yeah,
you know?
the cop like, hey, they're coming to get me. I'm about to say some shit. They're going to arrest me real quick, guys.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
But I was almost hoping, like, because when we went up there was only one mic on a podium, right? And we walked up there. We're the only ones doing multiple. It was me and Kibblez both. And Jordan handed me a second mic, and if I'd have thought about it, I was like, no, I want one mic so we can pass it back and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we did step on each other a little bit because of
Yeah,
the timing. We haven't got the timing down together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was
That's actually something I found. So my little brother makes music. He's the BDR. You can find him on just about anything. But that
BDM?
was the
BDR.
BDR.
BDM.
Yeah,
BDR.
yeah, but
Buying dick, repeat.
right, like we wrote a few songs together, and like it worked well in the studio. But like performing them live, and like the almost like the cohesiveness you want to feel in that. It's like getting that polished and practicing that
Yeah.
down, and the more that we got to do that was the better it felt. Like.
That's how it always is. Any kind of performing art, whether you're doing comedy, music, whatever. Especially if you're working with other people, it's like if you're used to being, especially because you're probably used to being up there by yourself. So like going with somebody else, it's a whole nother,
I couldn't do it.
a whole nother
Close.
kind of
Oh,
art.
so
Even-
close. Wax on, wax off.
Even with Fupa Punch, I couldn't do it by myself. I had to have Kibblez and somebody else because I'm like, I ain't doing it by myself.
Yeah.
There's no way. You know, I don't have that many balls.
That's why a lot of rappers have an entourage behind them.
Exactly. You know, I can
Repeating
do that.
every
I can do that.
word.
Yeah, you get 3 or 4 people that know my shit behind me. Shit, I'll rap all day.
That's how in my live performances, especially like kind of more recently. That is like I guess that's something I'm actually more open to recently is like doing features and things like that because of that experience you get to share with the person on stage, even like that ability to kind of create something like organic and like that feels has this like particular flow to it that you guys can create for a moment together is like I just always love that, and being able to do that with anybody or like and finding that niche in music. That's
you ever hear that story with Busta Rhymes and Eminem, where Eminem wanted Busta to feature on a song and he sent him like 6 bars, and Busta sent him 8 bars, and Eminem sent it back with 12 bars. You know, they're like they kept going back. Yeah, they all do each other, and that song fucking rips because of that. You know,
that's crazy.
And they get deeper and deeper into it. You know,
Young Jeezy actually did something like that doesn't really get talked about anymore in hip hop, but like back when like J. Cole and Kendrick were really like in the height, like the height of their like who you gonna pick, J. Cole or Kendrick, and that was more of the conversation.
Drake.
Jay-Z or Young Jeezy actually asked to get a verse from J. Cole, and he got asked to get a verse from Kendrick Lamar, but didn't tell either one of them they were on the song. And then just put the song together. And the song's called American Dreaming.
Okay.
And it's a really good song. And neither one of them are like, it doesn't seem like either one of them trying to out rap the other. They both just did what the song felt like it needed. And that's what's like, even though like J. Cole's kind of got more of a rap approach and Kendrick's kind of sing-songing, but it feels more like that's what the song is calling for versus like a dick swinging competition. And I thought that was an interesting way.
That's something that like a lot of musicians don't understand, especially or local musicians. It's whatever the song calls for, and that's the whole thing. And it becomes a dick swinging thing, like you just said. It's like, oh, what can I do? I can shred like crazy. You know, I can do more impressive stuff on guitar than I do in dwarf, but like it calls for whatever it calls for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like the song itself. I don't know.
I know lately you've been talking about tone and shit like that in dwarf. I'm like, what's going on here? we're punk rock, man. He's
talking about tone.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're thinking of
the tuning and stuff.
I'm doing music theory. I'm adding theory in.
And Kibblez is like involved with it too, trying to learn more. I'm like,
hell yeah.
Kibblez is learning.
I've been writing with music theory, which is something I never did before. But like I said, it's all about whatever the song takes. Like that. Spoiler alert!
You sent me.
We're working on a Back to the Future song.
Yeah, and it sounds good.
And I wrote a cool riff, and I used theory to do it. I used the same. I found the same mode as the Back to the Future theme song, and I wrote the song in that. So
I heard
but it's cool.
I heard the drum beat as soon as you played the guitar. I was like, I already hear it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's whatever serves it. It's just like otherwise you'd just be playing double bass and blast beats all the time. But like no, it's the song. The song needs a straightforward 4/4 or whatever. Then that's what it needs. And I feel like that's something that we've always done pretty well is we've kept it simple. Like we don't go too complicated, you know.
Yeah.
But usually I'll come in with a complicated thing and then we simplify it as a band because it's whatever the song needs, whatever the band needs. But it's the same thing with any kind of music, anything like that.
That was an old wise man that Kurt Cobain said, "Keep it simple, stupid." Right before he blew his brains.
Yeah.
You know what color his eyes were? Blue. One blew that way, one blew that way.
Stupid.
Nice.
I was watching some shit with Dave Mustaine where they're trying to cancel him now because of the shit he said about Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Because he said, "What do you say about Kurt Cobain shooting himself?" And he goes, "Oh, he was a nice shot." And that's it. And they're like trying to cancel Dave Mustaine for saying he was a nice. I go, that's where the song Filter came from.
Yeah. No. That was actually about Bud Dwyer.
Yeah, I know. That's the rumor.
A lot of people thought it was about Kurt.
And remember, the other one was Godsmack. I don't care if you go blind. Remember that?
I don't know that one.
And they were talking about, he's talking shit about John Davis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, Sully starting shit with, Godsmack versus Korn.
What song? Oh, that. I don't care if you go blind. Yeah. I never heard that rumor. I don't know. So Limp Bizkit's tomorrow.
Oh, shit. No, it already happened.
Oh, shit. Yeah. We went to Limp Bizkit a couple days ago. That was a great show. Corey Feldman killed it.
Dude, I'm telling you, live Spinal Tap.
Dude,
the dude's insane.
It's not, dude.
I know, it's driving me nuts. The lights is crazy.
It's just like going in circles.
Kibblez is haunting us.
It's Kibblez, yeah. The ghost of Kibblez.
Yeah. He comes back as a gnat because it's what follows him around. The stench.
Exactly. Yeah, he can't get out here. Usually when he's here, it attaches to him, and he stays there the whole show. Feeds on him, and then now he's not here. He got nothing to feed.
He doesn't know what to do. It's just like, where's Kibblez? I'm missing him.
I eat this time every week. What's going on, guys?
Dude, I was at Walmart this morning,
Uh-oh.
and I saw a ghost.
Uh-oh.
An apparition?
Like Klansman?
It was driving a little cleaning truck around. There was a ghost on it. Have you seen that?
Yeah, the cart go getter.
Yeah. Oh no, it's like it looked like it was cleaning the floor or something.
Oh, was it? Okay. I
but
see the cart go getter is like by itself now.
Yeah, but it's like there's like it just looks like somebody. It looks like there's a ghost driving it. There's
robot.
nobody because like the steering wheel
Yeah,
turns
it's
and
by
everything, and
itself.
it goes around by itself. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Automated floor sweeper.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I don't get out much.
When I worked at Frito-Lay, they called them ATVs. They're like, and they would
Automatic
like
terrain vehicle.
something like it, kind of like that, but it was basically a
I have
robot
ATV
that
in my
would
living
carry
room.
in boxes of chips, and it would
Okay.
sense when people would step in front of it because there's a whole part of that factory that's like completely automated, basically.
Yeah. Subaru, the whole factory is automated with
Yeah.
robots.
I know
like
Amazon's like that
crazy.
too.
Frito has like done two things. They keep one side where it's like a manual side, and then they keep the other side where it's like completely automated. And I think it's to like keep some type of like genuineness to how they
Yeah,
make
to make
certain
sure.
like the original
But
flavors are
as
all
soon as
done.
the cost affects it, they're going to switch all the robots.
Yeah.
eventually.
Well, and they
Yeah,
were
soon-
kind of in the process.
Yeah,
the last
exactly.
time I was working there. But yeah, if you would step in front of one of these robots, it would stop so abruptly that it would like dump all the boxes in it.
Yeah.
So you just
I was
like,
saying-
I'd be having too much fun with that.
that was
At
amazing.
Subaru, they had robots on tracks a lot, and they would do that too. They would censor people walk in front of it and stuff, and I'd always fuck it up, and step on it, and see if it would stop or not, and they would. It would censor it, and they're going fast.
Listen, they tell you
and
they're
they would
supposed to
on a
stop.
dime.
That's like,
yeah.
listen, I'm not really into like hurting myself, but like,
I was.
Frito-Lay's got a lot of money.
Yes,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And these Japanese people will sell out of court.
Yeah, that's
I thought the same thing when I was at Walmart. I was like, I wonder how quickly this thing can stop.
Yeah. See, that weird.
I was in a rush because I had to get here, so I was like, yeah, I need to go.
what you do is you got to get the floor wet and then slip into the robot. It's like there was not
There
a
you
wet
go.
floor sign here, and your robot hit me.
The robot
Yeah.
made it wet.
Exactly. Yeah. He's
It's fucking Skynet, man.
Yeah, it's got to set it up.
That's where it was. Microsoft that shut down. Microsoft. I was like, that's Skynet testing us right now,
think
seeing
so?
how
They're tapping in.
Yeah, they wanted to see what we can survive. But I don't like it that the same thing that the Macy's screen is connected to airplanes. Like the same program is
Yeah.
running. I was like,
Yeah, that's a little
I
weird.
don't know if I like that.
I watched like last week or week before or something. I watched Terminator and Terminator 2
Yep.
back to back,
Yep.
and I was like, "This is like," because it's been a few years since I watched it, but now that I'm watching it again, I'm just like, "This is literally what's happening."
Yeah,
Like, how
exactly.
do we
They
not?
called it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should have listened to James Cameron 30 years ago because he knew what was going on.
Which makes
And
you
it's
think
like,
our futuristic stuff will be avatars. Then we'll be all blue people in the future.
I mean, that's something to look forward
blue
to.
people will be the Blue Man Group.
It
So
will still be
everybody who
dwarf.
can't walk right now, give it 20 years. you'll be
Or-
You'll be dancing.
Yeah.
Or all the paraplegic people and go into virtual reality world.
Yeah,
That's
and
something
Ready
that's
Player
gonna
One.
be
be
used as
yeah.
batteries.
yeah.
I was actually just talking to a buddy about this last night about like how now when I go to Google something, the fact that the AI answers it for me, and it's not like I was like I feel like that defeats the purpose of me Googling something. And I don't like there's
Well-
other things that can be beneficial for,
Well, it's
but
not-
when I Google something, I'm looking for my best
Yeah.
interpretation of what I'm trying to find, not your recommendation of the overall.
That's like you're just asking somebody for their opinion on it. It's like, well, this is what it is. Like here, or you can just keep scrolling and find your own answer. But
yeah. And it's like,
I got really high, and I was thinking it's not really AI though; it's algorithmic learning.
yeah,
Yeah,
which is
it's-
what AI
it's
is,
like the-
artificial
it's-
intelligence.
Well, if it's artificial, it can't be intelligent.
That's a
Well,
whole
It's
other
all this
conversation.
algorithmic learning. It's just
That-
taking a bunch of shit,
that is
learning.
true. Like,
it's
that's
not
just
really
like the
it's
difference
not
of,
really,
like,
you know what I'm saying? It's not AI.
consciousness.
It's not intelligent. It's just learning.
No, it's
algorithmically.
Yeah, but the definition of artificial intelligence is intelligence that is created artificially, which is
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Well, it's not artificial though. 'Cause
It does-
it's taking already ideas already, just Googling it, a massive Google machine, and just learns from
Well,
that.
it
Because when you
does
say write a
create
song for
original
me,
things.
it goes all
Yeah.
picks up. Oh, it's not really art. You know what I'm saying? It's not really real. It's just learning
yeah,
from
it's,
other shit.
it's not real. It's artificial. That's
Yeah.
Look up the meaning of artificial. It means not real. It's not real intelligence.
Yes, it's artificial can be intelligent.
You're stoned.
It's yeah.
Anyways,
artificial can be intelligent.
we're gonna take a break real
yeah.
quick. We're here for this. We're gonna hear from our sponsor.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying. It's shopouthouse.com and
to Outhouse Records.
we will be right back right after this.
Thank you.
14? 15 next time.
See you next week.
Hi, I'm Matty Mayonnaise.
You may remember me from such classics as Fettuccine Alfredo, Breaking the Dwarf Wall, and the upcoming Marawambis. I'm here to speak with you today about the desperation people will go through when they don't have any money. This is the third time this week Kibblez has been here. Go to shopouthouse.com today, buy some merchandise. All proceeds will go to keeping Kibblez off his knees.
The hell you doing in my house, Maddie? Get the f*** out, man. It's between me and Kibblez. Shopouthouse.com. Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Welcome back to the Outhouse Super Show, episode 21. I'm Nicolas Cage. I'm just kidding. I got you.
Dang it.
All right. Anyways, I don't know. I thought that
Dude,
was stupid.
Dude, you know what I found out? The movie
Okay.
Face Off. You remember the movie Face Off?
You mean
of
what I
course?
just did?
Yeah, he just did a Face Off.
I'm actually John Travolta.
You know the scene?
That's what I should have said.
You know the scene they're in the prison with the boots?
Yeah.
The lockdown boots? Those are the same boots in Super Mario Brothers, bro. They're the same
Really?
exact boots. Yeah.
The same like prop and everything?
Yeah, the same prop. They used those from the
Weird.
Super Mario set movie and brought him over, to what's his name, John Woo. And they made it a little more metallic. Metallic. They added shit to it. Just like the trolls and Ernest is the clowns. From
Oh, yeah.
Killer Clowns.
Killer Clowns,
It's
yeah.
the same
That's
props.
pretty crazy.
Weird.
Oh, I thought that was weird because they look familiar. Those trolls, those goblins.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't
Once
they
I
look
heard that, I was
familiar?
like, oh, it makes
That-
so
yeah,
much
isn't that
sense.
weird?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You ever seen
Yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid with the trolls?
No, you ever seen Ernest Scared Stupid?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I definitely
It's a
good movie.
You
It's a
remember
good
the Ernest
Halloween
movies
movie.
at all?
Yeah, yeah.
You're a little younger than us,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
maybe that's why. We grew up with them in the 80s and 90s, Yeah, Scared Stupid is the best one. If you've ever seen an
Yes.
Ernest movie, the Scared Stupid is the one to
Yes.
watch. It's a Halloween one.
Oh, yeah.
Camp is good too.
That one's good
With
too.
the Indian shit, the Indian pride, gives you Indian pride when you watch that movie.
I don't know. Scared Stupid just can't be topped. I don't know.
And his
it's so good.
acting is amazing in Camp.
Yeah.
Like you actually feel bad for him at the end.
Yeah.
Because he's all goofy in the beginning.
I think Jim Varney is very
You know?
underrated. I think
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he's actually really talented.
Yeah,
Just people
very
just know him for being a whack job.
goofy
You know?
guy.
That's kind of how I feel about the guy in Naked Gun.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I
dude.
mean. It's like I mean, I love him. I love Naked Gun.
the best
and that,
comedic
that
actor of our
slapstick.
time.
Yeah, I love him.
You heard they're remaking that, right?
Are they really?
With Liam Neeson, and I'm like,
I don't know if he's gonna be able to. Leslie.
Yeah, but
that's the thing. It's like it's more of like Leslie is what I went to those movies.
it's because he's
for,
so
not-
straight, man. You don't expect him to be as ridiculous until you play. But I guess Liam Neeson's the same way
That's
though.
what I'm
So
saying. Liam
if he
Neeson
can,
is dry pan,
if he can pull off the comedy, I think they booked him
He
just because.
was in. I mean, he was in A Million Ways to Die in the West, and he was still kind of playing a
That's
serious
right, he
role
was.
there. But it was like
he was the bad guy.
I mean, they put
Yeah.
a flower in his ass, so
Yeah.
I mean that's
Yeah.
pretty funny. Like,
I'll watch it. I'll
know what
watch
I
it.
mean?
I just hope they have the same similar.
But he was nowhere
jokes.
near as funny as Leslie Nielsen.
No, Leslie Nielsen's
No.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking.
But I mean,
But his
he
name
has
sounds similar.
potential.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Spy
Liam
Hard.
Neeson, Leslie Nielsen. I don't know.
Ooh.
That's why they.
Willie
that's why they did
Nelson.
it. Oh shit! What if Willie Nelson's in it?
Judd Nelson.
Judd D. Nelson. Oh, God.
No,
Is he dead?
shit. Judd Nelson?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
He's
know.
alive.
Who knows?
He's the record producer in
Airheads.
Airheads.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I got for Christmas? A carton of cigarettes. Says smoke up, Johnny.
Do it for Johnny.
Have you guys seen that Characters on Netflix?
No, not
Where
yet.
It's really it's been out for a little bit of a minute, but they give each comic their own show. Like each episode's different, and each comic plays each
okay.
character in the episode.
Oh, okay.
And it's like
On
kind of
Netflix?
off the, yeah, it's
Like
off
sketch
the,
comedy?
Yeah, basically
Okay,
it's
I've never seen it.
There's
I
all
just
kinds
watched
of,
Cobra Kai, the first part of season 6.
That show got way too dramatic.
Dude,
After the first couple seasons, I was like, I don't know if I can handle it.
They shot
anymore.
it weird this season. It's like the BBC filming, where it's like too good definition. You know, like the movement where they're
Looks like
moving.
reality TV
yeah,
or
like it's
something.
way too much. And I was like, but they're trying to set it up like Mr. Miyagi has his hidden box, you know, and they're like he has like
He's a trans woman.
basically he has a fake identity. He has a fake identity, like he changed identity after a robbery, you know, and shit like that.
so he's out there somewhere.
And no, he's dead. Mr. Miyagi's dead, of course. But like the whole time, Daniel LaRusso is like putting him on a pedestal the whole time. You know, like he was a god. He can do no wrong, Mr. Miyagi. And I was like, dude, he was a drunk maintenance man when you met him. You know, I was like, don't you think he had a past? Like, he fucked people. Why would you think he was there all drunk and fucking being a maintenance man in Reseda, California?
Could have been running
That
any
is true.
dojo,
He
and
was
he's there.
hiding.
Yeah.
So they're making him the bad guy then.
Sort of.
'cause that's kind of been the
leaned
MO of the
into
whole
it. Yeah,
thing.
they leaned into it a little bit, but they'll turn out to be. The acting's not that good this season.
Acting's never been that good in that show.
Well, the first 2 seasons were good. I like the
first two seasons. What I
were
like.
amazing.
When it
yeah.
got to season 3 is when it got a little
Yeah.
too weird for me, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can tell like different writers, or they just got hired different.
I really
writers.
like the guy Johnny Lawrence. Like
Yeah.
that dude. He's
Yeah.
he's good, but
Now he's a bumbling idiot.
yeah.
He's too. I don't know anymore. And I'm like, come on.
I liked in the first couple seasons. It seems like they were doing they were turning the Karate Kid into like a Star Wars kind of thing,
Yeah.
where it's like if anybody that's evil has a reason for being that way, and nobody's truly good or evil,
Yeah,
no
exactly.
extremes. And it seems like they were like,
Gray.
he's not bad, and he's not good. They're kind of both in the middle somewhere.
Like a true balance.
But it feels like now they're trying to make it like Miyagi's.
Like the first 2 seasons, it was very well written, like The Sopranos, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it was, you bought into the characters, and
Yeah,
they
for
took
sure.
time with it. And then in the third season, it's like bang, 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 bang. Like
I think it's just going
where's
on
the
too
cops
long.
in this fucking town?
Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes the story is meant to they'll intend the story to be finished, and then they'll blow up
Yeah.
and keep writing
Yeah.
on a story
When it
that
doesn't
was
need
meant.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt that way. Like I recently started rewatching Wilfred, and
Okay.
I kind of felt that
So-
way towards the end of Wilfred.
Elijah Wood?
Yeah,
With the dog?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's trying to commit suicide. And
Yeah.
you start seeing that dog as a person,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
and it's like this
It's a good show.
existential. And
Yeah.
his mom sees it, but it's like later in the show, it gets really crazy.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of steps away from what that was the
Yeah.
core element of that was, because it was originally written in Australia. So when it blew up in America, they wrote 3 extra
Yes, and
seasons
he
of
ruined
it,
it.
and it's like
They
it
do that a lot.
needed those.
I was just talking. I was playing Fallout 76 with a bunch of people last night, and I was just talking to my buddy Alec, who's Courtney's cousin, and he was saying the same thing. We were talking about TV shows, and he was like, "I feel like too many shows nowadays they blow up, and then people just keep writing. They don't ever
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
It's weird because we just had this conversation literally 12 hours
Weeds.
ago.
I loved Weeds.
Yeah,
And then they did the same
got too
thing.
crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
as soon as they started building the tunnel in Mexico and shit, smuggling weed through the tunnels, I was like, I'm done.
They did the same thing with Shameless. Shameless in
Shameless
the
is
UK
the
is
same
thing,
half
yeah.
of the seasons that it is in America, because they finished the story and we're like, we're done writing this. It's done. The story is done being told.
but they're like, we can make more money. Let's do it. Or Prison Break, another good example. And to watch
oh my-
that.
yeah, first 2 seasons of
They're
Prison
fantastic.
Break are amazing.
And then
dude.
I'm like, okay, then they went
Now
to
you did the break already. What?
They went to Panama. And they got to break out another prison.
Yeah.
Oh, now we got to break this person out of prison. I'm like, how many
Imagine
times
that.
can you do
Well,
this?
it's called
Yeah.
Prison Break. Yeah.
I know the Panama. I like season 3. The Panama season was cool, but first 2 seasons were fantastic.
Walking Dead.
They could have ended.
They
and then
could have
Walking Dead.
They just kept going. Yeah,
Walking Dead.
I never watched all of that.
Season 3 after the farm.
That's where I stopped watching
Yeah, after the
season
farm, it was kind of sucked after that.
They're in the prison and they're trying to post up.
Yeah, that was
and
kind of weird.
The riots
Yeah.
breaking out and shit.
They're
That
just trying
was
to stretch it too thin.
Yeah.
They
Now
just
it's like
want to
what,
make more
season
money.
10, I think.
Those are
Jeez.
kinds of things I would want to see in a zombie apocalypse. Like, all right, we're here, but then it's like now we're at the point where it's like the zombies aren't even a part of
Factor,
the story. It's like,
yeah.
it's like what? Like
Well-
you guys are just it should be like overwhelming hordes. That's what I want to see. At
I
this
knew,
point.
I knew,
Like,
I knew it jumped a shark when they were like the humans or the Walking Dead, not the zombies. You know, like how they said they said it something like that. Like, don't be worried of the. It's
too RTL.
Yeah, and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
shut
like,
up
holy
and hit that
shit.
Japanese dude with a bat
See,
already.
See, I'm not a big zombie guy myself, but I do one of my favorite video
I like
game.
Marawambies.
Yeah,
I
of
love
course. Marawambies is
Marawambies.
going to be fantastic, coming out soon from We Are Media, starring us.
yeah.
But the The Last of Us is one of my favorite video games of all time, and it's set in a post-apocalyptic or whatever. And when you first look at it, it looks like a zombie game, but
Yes.
I'm way more terrified of the actual people in that game than I am of the zombies, because
Yeah.
the zombies are just mindless.
That's what they were
swarms,
trying to
you
do.
know?
That's what they were trying to do with Walking
Yeah.
Dead, because they know the success of the Last of Us TV show.
Yep.
You know, and
'Cause
they're
you can
like-
make
and
more
that
about the
was-
characters.
Yeah, that was way better than Walking Dead could
Yeah.
ever do. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh.
You know, I was like, fuck yeah, that's what Walking Dead should be.
Yeah.
that's why I was kind of impressed with the Fallout show. I did
Yeah.
not
Dude,
go
Fallout
in
was
there.
so good.
I did not expect that to be as good as it ended
neither.
up being, and the fact that it and this is something that they could write on for a long time that wouldn't feel, depending on how you do character development and shit, but
True.
they could write on this for a while and it feel good, because there's a lot of things to be fleshed out.
Yes, exactly, and they left a lot of stuff open in it. And Fallout has such a rich backstory already, and the world and the lore. As long as they live as long as they live within what the world has established. They can make all new stories, all new everything.
They could eventually kill off all the main characters we have, like Game of Thrones style, and we could have all new people because it's an RPG.
I mean, these were all new players anyway. They were all new characters. None of them were from the original games.
They are blown up.
But there's a lot of connection to the original games, which is so. That's what I loved about it. I went in with really low expectations because the trailers and stuff. I was like, this looks fan made. I don't know if I like it.
Too colorful.
Yeah, but then you watch it, and I'm like, this is the best TV adaptation of a video game I've ever seen.
That's how.
Last of Us was good. Fallout was amazing.
Yeah, I thought Fallout was really good. I definitely enjoyed that.
What was it?
I'm a huge Fallout fan.
Last of Us had to walk, so Fallout can run.
Last of Us had to walking dead. Wait. So Fallout could run.
But see, I'm hoping they.
There's something there. I don't know.
I'm hoping they don't destroy the boys because they just ended their 5th season.
See, I've only watched like the first season of that.
They just ended the 5th season, and it's amazing still. And I'm just like. Because they keep getting worse and worse and worse.
Well, see, that's the kind of show too that they could expand on because the premise of the show,
humanity.
Yeah,
they play with humanity.
You could do so much with it.
Yeah, with his daughters and stuff. Because in the spoiler alert,
No, I've only watched the first season, so don't spoil it too much.
There is one
I'll probably
show
never get to it, though.
that I did that like Invincible. I think is crazy because I feel conflicted about it. I feel like it's a really good written show, and like as somebody who wrote I read the comic, and so there is more in the show than they disclose in the comic because the guy who wrote it is directing it. But I feel like it's weird the way that they roll it out, like in this weird like Rick and Morty style of like holding their fans hostage of wanting content. Yeah. Like, we waited 3 years for the second season and then only released half of it, and then waited another literally 8 months before you released the other half. Like, that makes me hard to be excited about it, no matter how well written it is.
That's what I feel about the Cobra Kai. They just released 5 episodes and they go, the rest of it is November 15th. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, what, September, October? I was like, just give me the goddamn show. You know, you already have it done.
Well, look, and if you went back to just releasing it week by week for the next fucking 16 weeks.
Sopranos did that.
See, I prefer that.
Sopranos did that.
I prefer it coming out once a week rather than dumping it all on me at once because I can't binge shit. So
I love binging.
If I have to keep up with it, and if I can watch once a week, I'll keep up with the whole. I'll watch it forever if you have it. You know,
as much as like good. When binging as an option seemed cool at first, it's like now that we've had some time dating binging, let's kind of really look at what we had.
That's exactly what it is. Like years ago, I was like, oh, I can't wait until we can get this stuff all on demand or whatever. And I used to do that because I would, even before streaming was a thing, I would download. You might remember this. I had a hard drive that was full of full TV show seasons and stuff, and I would sit there and I would binge for 5-6 hours, you know. But I can't do it now because I think it's just. I don't
remember
know,
I had mine with all. I had millions of shows and WrestleManias. I had all the WrestleManias on my hard drive. Oh, I love that. I love that.
And you watched it a lot more than you probably watched the WWE Network, right?
Yes, I did. Well, until the network came out, and then I watched another. Network.
I did watch a lot of the network when it came out.
I couldn't stop getting off that network. Like, it was ridiculous.
But then they put it on Peacock, and now there's ads, and I'm just like,
it's stupid now.
Peacock.
It's like, if I'm paying for it, don't give me fucking ads.
I know the kids always streaming the cock.
Yeah, and I would pay more if you give me no ads. I pay for the extra on Hulu, and I barely watch Hulu. So
Sling is actually something I've kind of
like Sling. Tony's my brother does Sling a lot.
That's why I watch Smiling Friends. So because I don't have anywhere else to like watch Adult Swim shit. So like Smiling Friends is kind of something I fell in love with recently. And like Sling, you watch like one ad at the beginning, and then it's just running the whole show, and the whole thing is like always free. You don't ever have to pay for anything.
Nice.
Now, you're not always going to get what you're looking for because it's more of on demand. Okay. But like,
see, I thought Sling was. I thought it was TV. A subscription. I thought it was subscription.
No, you get
live
free.
TV.
You can pay if you want.
And that would open it up. But it's like I like what they offer as a free service. Like they what they give you is like enough baseline where like. They even they rotate with
they keep you fed.
Yeah, they keep me fed. Yeah, I like it a lot, man. I thought that's kind of where I've like.
So you like horror films, right?
I love horror.
What was your latest horror film you watched?
Actually, recently I've been watching Guillermo del Toro's Cabinets of Curiosity on Netflix.
Oh, okay, yeah, with his all his shit he has in his house.
It's like he gave different directors in each episode, and there's like 8 episodes, and they're all different. But he did all the special effects for it. But they completely wrote the stories, and it's like to me it reminds me of good traditional horror stories when like you're telling a story of greed. It makes you scared to be greedy. When you're telling a story of like something, it's like conveying a moral story while also being like grotesque or whatever
like
the story's asking for.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like the Black Mirror, but with like almost that tradition, like that traditional like campfire horror is what it kind of brings me back to, but with like real.
I love him because he bought a separate house because like he was keeping like a Jim Henson kind of creature thing. We had all his animatronics and everything.
Yeah.
For all his movies. His wife made him buy a whole nother house so he can keep all his shit in there. And then you walk in, it was basically like a Jim Henson's creature.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You walk in, there's like thousands of evil creatures.
I would do the same thing.
dude.
You imagine walking in the middle of the night, dude.
I was
That'd
like,
be creepy as fuck.
and then he should sell that, like do like a little tour of all his movies and shit. I was like, dude, I'll pay fucking
That would be
top
cool.
dollar
Well,
to go
and
to his
because-
Shoot a
house.
music video there.
There you go.
I
Or
don't know
Dimebag's
when-
house. I still think they should turn Dimebag's house to a museum and charge money.
The what?
Dimebag's house in
Oh, yeah.
Texas with all his Christmas lights and shit that he hung up in his house. The drunk asshole he was.
I mean I've watched.
I love horror though. That's
do
my favorite
too,
too. Like
yeah.
even Lila, she watches horror with me, and
kids get down
I try to
on
get her to watch that Smile movie. She
Yeah,
could
yeah.
not watch it.
Dude,
She was too scared
I
of
thought
it.
that was all right.
Yeah, that was too bad. But now it's the second one I heard they're coming out with, where it's like a pop star. And that's like the worst thing to get. You can't get away from someone smiling at you being a pop star.
I'm
Like, that
I'm kind of
sucks.
excited to see that new M. Night Shyamalan like thriller.
Oh, yeah, that Trapped.
Yeah, that
Trapped.
kind of looks like
Oh,
it
I
has a
saw that.
really
Yeah.
good premise because there's no
Yeah.
like
But it feels-
weird
but they-
sci-fi.
That's what I'm
thing
saying. They
to
already
it.
told you the story already.
So there's got to be a twist.
Exactly.
Because in the
Yeah,
trailer,
yeah.
I'm like, you just told an entire
Yeah,
story in the trailer.
already.
So I
Yeah,
thought the
yeah.
same thing, and I was like, there's got to be another twist.
Because I was like,
somewhere.
why would you give that up in the trailer?
Because Shyamalan's ridiculous with his what the twist?
But that's the
What's
thing. It's
twist?
like maybe the twist is this time there is none.
Yeah.
Everybody's that's true. I mean, he spent the last 20 years making twist movies. And then this one, it's like everybody's waiting on it, it never comes.
And he just gets out at the end. It's like, oh, he's off to kill more people. I guess. What?
Yeah.
It's like, no twist.
Yeah, it's like, and that'll be the most like revered. It's
Yeah.
like, well, no, this is what he really meant, guys. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it'll be like
Yeah.
this deep-seated
No, he
thing. of,
mentally
like,
got away. He actually died in the bathroom.
well, actually, guys, this all happened in his head.
Yeah.
I've got a love-hate relationship with M. Night Shyamalan.
too.
Like,
Me too.
some of the
too.
stuff, I'm like, yeah, like obviously Sixth Sense was like
Have
revolutionary
you
when it
watched
came
The
out.
Happening with Mark Wahlberg?
The Happening's so bad, dude.
I have not, honestly. Everything I feel like he's done in the recent 2000s has been like
Garbage.
mediocre horror
Garbage.
in terms of like what everything, like other things that you could be.
Yeah.
Finding.
I remember like The Happening. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, "What the hell's going to happen here?" Because it's called The Happening. Spoiler alert! And then they're just like, "Oh no, it's just the Earth is killing us." Like what?
Yeah.
It's just the plants.
The
mad.
plants are coming
Wind.
back, and then that's
Outrun
the end
the
of the
wind.
movie. That's
Yeah,
it. And I'm like,
the
Outrun the
plants are
wind.
mad.
Okay.
By the way,
Outrun
it's
the
happening
wind.
in China now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's so
That's
fucking
the
weird.
ending.
I was just like, what the hell is
That's what I
happening
was
here?
thinking at the end. I was like, oh, it could be a little twist. It's like, nope, same exact thing.
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
that's
okay.
weird. I felt the same way about even the knock on the cabin door recently.
I hated that movie.
I
didn't
thought
watch that
that
one.
was
I
like
hate it. But
it-
he still sounded like too much Indian to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything because it's more recent, but it's still
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like
You spoil it. The gay
no.
kills his gay lover.
We're not supposed to spoil anything.
sorry.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pissed a lot of people off last week because you spoiled a whole bunch of movies.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Jordan's
I'm
like,
not,
I'm never gonna watch The Beekeeper now because he's told me the whole story.
I love The Beekeeper though. You can watch it.
Just
over
don't
and
spoil.
over
Just
again.
don't get
I
spoilers.
will say I was disappointed in what kind of like what you were saying with the happening. It's like I was invested all the way up
Yeah.
until the end, and then it was like it just didn't feel like
Really?
what I
Mark
was
Wahlberg's
wanting.
acting is atrocious.
Okay,
in that
if you're,
movie.
Yeah.
let's say this: if you're going to spoil, just call it spoiler alert.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
just did a second ago.
that's what-
'Cause
But
then,
Mark
then we can talk
Wahlberg,
about it.
he ruined it. Like when that old lady was like, "You're gonna kill me," and he was like, "What? No,
Yeah, dude, she's
Like
like
someone just stole your
slamming her
Oreos.
head on
Like
the
you stole my
glass.
Oreos. What? No.
That's what I mean. I feel like there was a lot of really good moments in that movie that, like, at that time, like, were cool. Like, seeing that dude lay down in front of the lawnmower, like,
Yeah.
I was younger, so it, like, made me, like, wince. Like, see, like,
Now
that's,
Sinister.
that was pretty
That
good,
was a
too.
good movie.
Sinister 2,
Yeah,
not
Sinister's-
so
yeah,
good.
not so good. Sinister, the first one, the end.
That
That,
was
that little girl.
crazy.
She was like, "I'll make you famous, daddy."
And it was, like, something,
dude,
like,
it's so
eerie
good.
about, like, it seeing like, home videos that he's, like, watching on, like, a reel
Yeah,
of
exactly. It's
something
real. Like
that
you can't
makes
fake that.
it- Yeah,
you
like-
can't fake it. It's like not digital.
I've never seen it.
You never seen Sinister?
I'm not a huge horror fan. Like
And
I
it's,
like.
what's his name? Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Such a good actor.
I love Ethan Hawke.
Yeah,
The Black
Hawke is so
Phone,
good.
he was so
Yeah.
fucking good in
yeah.
that.
Dude,
So
that
good.
was a good fucking
You'll love
movie. That's
Sinister
another
then.
one.
Yeah,
I
if you
love
like
Ethan Hawke.
yeah.
Like he's so good as a
Black
bad
Phone
guy.
2's coming out, which
Yeah.
So I like stuff like that. I don't like gory like
More like
gore
thrillers,
porn
mind
shit.
fucks.
I like psychological stuff and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Like
but,
Fight Club.
But yeah, but I also I love old school slashers too. You know, like the '80s slashers,
Friday the
13th, Halloween,
Yeah.
Scream is some of my favorite
I love
franchise
Scream. I
of
love
all
Wes
time.
Craven.
slashers.
Wes
Wes Craven
as-
is so- yeah.
he's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love him as a director.
Yeah.
Like,
So what's
his
your
kinda-
favorite Scream? How would you judge the Scream movies? What's your favorite one? Let's do that.
Oh, we already know ours. I think we talked about this last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Honestly, I like the first Scream just
Exactly.
because
That's
like
number one.
the first is the best.
yeah, and that's like everything like what didn't the studio buy out the rights to like the second and third one or whatever?
No, it was the mask people. The Halloween people wouldn't sign off on the mask at first.
Yeah, because they just picked it up at a Halloween store. That's what's funny
and
about
then,
it.
and then eventually they had to get the right, and then whoever made that mask is billionaire now because they got that's what they call it, Ghostface, not Scream.
Because it was basically it was because it was originally based. I think the mask was based on the Scream painting, but originally they wanted it to be something else that was weird. I can't remember. I remember reading about it.
Yeah, they tried to change the mask at first. I remember that.
Yeah,
and they had to go back to it because like this shit sucks. We need to go back to that mask.
What do they call him? They call him something else in the movie too. Like he's not even referred to as Scream or as
Ghostface.
Like the spoof movie that they're making about him. It's called like it's like the Stab 2 or whatever. Like how they're doing the Stab series.
Yeah.
Like they refer to him as another killer.
that's
like
true.
kind of in like a meta way. That's kind of what I love about
That's
it.
my favorite thing about all the Scream movies is all the meta.
So you got
It's so
one,
meta.
the first one, 1 or 2, or
Are we ranking them?
Yeah, I'm ranking them. 1 and 2 are the top 2, I think.
Yeah, I honestly liked. I liked the 2 recent remakes
Yes,
that they
that's what
just
I'm saying,
did.
yeah.
I kind of
5
liked
and 6.
those a lot. They felt
I like
cohesive.
6 better.
I didn't like when the first newest one, which would have been 5, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. I was like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
But then when the 6th one came out, I liked 5 more.
It made it.
Yeah.
Well, because they tied it together.
Them together, I liked them. I was like, okay, now I'm back on board. And what they did at the beginning, I think it was 6 at the beginning, where like immediately
2
like he
killers.
kills him and he takes the mask off, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? It's
Well,
like
the
something
fake
they've never
killers.
done.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
fake killer.
Yeah.
They set it up. They make it look like.
And that's what I love about Scream is like it always it's like constantly keeping you guessing. The third one is obviously the worst. We're gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You know why though?
4 was good though.
You know why third one was the worst? Because the third one was supposed to be 4, but 9/11 or not 9/11, Columbine happened in '99.
Oh yeah. They had to rewrite it.
Yeah, they had to scrap the whole because the whole thing was kids getting murdered in school.
It was
going to
be a school
oh,
thing,
shit,
yeah.
we can't do
Shit,
this.
damn,
You know?
yeah,
And
so
they're like, and they did a Hollywood script with one
Yeah.
killer. That's why there's only one killer.
I don't mind
too.
the third one
because there
but
was 2
like,
killers in Columbine. You know, it was kind of too close.
I don't
You
mind
know?
the third one, but I think it's definitely the worst of the franchise.
Yeah.
4 was surprisingly good after 10 years or whatever of being away or whatever.
Yeah,
like
4 was
I
good.
really dug it, and it was like Macaulay Culkin's brother's in it, and he was good, and like I don't know, and they had you guessing again. They kept you guessing.
Are
you
we
know?
ranking the Scream series?
Yes.
Is that in there?
Yeah. Well, the series.
I didn't like the series at all.
No, I like the.
I tried to watch
Fear
it.
Street. Fear Street series was better.
Yeah,
I thought
just-
when they did that on Netflix.
Yeah,
Fear Street
I
was
like
I never
that
watched
too.
that.
See,
That
I
was
just
cool.
felt like I watched the Scream series when I got out of prison, just because I was like at home a lot. But I don't feel like. Yeah, I feel like it was just geared towards like a younger audience.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was.
didn't.
And the
feel
mask
like,
was stupid. I'm like,
Yeah.
how will you scream without Ghostface? Like,
Yeah.
come on. The mask is what's iconic about it.
I go 1, 2, 4,
Yeah.
6, 5.
6, 5,
Okay.
3. That's
Yeah.
my ranking too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
I would
thing.
agree.
I kinda
100% agree
follow
with that.
3 is worse.
Well, it's official. If you listen to this and you don't agree with that,
Yeah,
then you're
fuck off.
fucking wrong.
That is the order. That's the order for
But
sure.
I do suggest that Fear Street though
Yeah.
on Netflix. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
lot of
really
time
good
travel.
one.
There's some time travel in
Okay.
there. There's some time travel.
Did you ever watch that one movie that I was telling you about with the time travel?
Yes.
Time travel
Yes.
slasher?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was,
that movie is cool. What was that
that
called?
blonde? Oh God, I want to say something Vortex.
There's a
no.
movie on Prime. Have you seen this
Yeah.
one? It's like she goes back in time because there was a killer that was like killing people at her mom's high school or something.
Valentine's Day killer or no, Babyface Killer or something like that.
Shit, I can't remember the name of it,
Yeah.
but like it's really cool because it's like Back to the Future meets Scream.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because she finds a time machine and she goes back to try to stop the killer or whatever.
But
And
they
there's a
don't-
whole bunch of crazy shit that happens in the timeline and everything.
You gotta
It's-
suspend
cool.
disbelief a little bit. Because,
Well,
like,
yeah.
you know, the daughter's like, "Oh yeah, I just have time travel in my notebook." You
Yeah.
know, like,
I mean, it's a time
I
travel
just invented
thing.
it in my, she's a smart girl.
It's not going to be Back to the Future. I mean,
No,
come on.
yeah, it's like a Doc Brown. I believe Doc Brown actually invented
Yeah.
a time machine. You know,
they're not Bob Zemeckis and Bob what's his name? Bob Gale. Yeah.
Robert Gale.
Yeah, they're not the Bobs.
You put respect on his name.
Bob Gale. Yeah, because he was the writer.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Zemeckis directed it, right? Yeah.
I like Nightmare on Elm Street a lot, but I feel like those are
That newest one
it's
was
always,
garbage.
It's always odds.
That
All the
remake.
even
Oh,
ones,
yeah, that was
all
terrible.
the even ones suck in Nightmare on Elm Street.
That
and
is
all the
true.
odd
Because
ones
one
are
was good, 2 sucked.
I like
3
4.
was good.
I like
4
4.
sucked. Yeah,
Dream
that's
Warriors.
weird. Yeah,
Dream
all the
Warriors
odd
was 4,
ones are
wasn't
that
it?
was 3,
Okay, so
Yeah.
what was 4?
right? 3.
Yeah.
Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
Dream
that
Warriors is 3.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that's true. I never thought about it like that, but
3. I thought 3 was the Insane Asylum one.
that was
No,
4.
Oh, that was 4. I like that one.
See, I liked
Lawrence
1
Fishburne.
and 3.
I did too.
I like 2 because his name was Jesse.
Of course, that's why you like it.
2 isn't bad. Like
But it's a gay thing. He's coming out as gay. That was the whole thing, and they scrapped it because they were pushing the boundaries of Jesse coming out as gay instead of a killer.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one, but I always like the first and third.
I watched a documentary about it because that dude's life was ruined because of that movie.
Johnny Depp's first role was that movie?
The first one. Yeah,
the first one's it's classic. I really like New Nightmare too, even though it's critically terrible, but I just liked it because it's so meta and like Freddy coming into the real world. We talk about that all the time.
Freddy versus Jason.
I like Freddy versus Jason for what it was. If you could just like put away,
that
soundtrack was amazing, full of new metal. Like it had, that shit was awesome.
Listen, that movie is a perfect like stamp of an exact time period. Like you can, like that puts.
It feels very early 2000s. Like it's just there.
I wish they would have came up with clever ways to kill him because they just came up with they rehashed the same ideas from an old Freddy movie, from an old Jason movie.
Yeah,
that's all it was. Like if you should have came up with.
I mean, it was fan service. It was a cash grab to begin with.
You had me until then, and I was like,
no,
okay,
they will forever have my hearts until anybody else comes out with the whoever versus whoever. Yeah, because no one else is giving us that.
I want to see Ash.
You know what I mean?
Everybody.
I've always been waiting. There's been rumors in Hollywood forever that there's going to be another
Ghostface versus Michael Myers. That'd be weird.
Yeah, like
Austin Powers.
Well, so what's kind of
baby.
What's kind of crazy is like Dead by Daylight. The game has like all these licensing rights that they've been buying over the years to all these horror games, and they're coming out with a movie. And I feel like that would be very interesting to see, kind of like if they've worked in tandem with all these studios before. If just multiple references to multiple horror icons in one movie would be kind of cool.
It would make sense.
That would be nice. A whole universe, a Marvel universe of all horror.
Yeah.
A screen box, as you will.
I was on the wrong thing. That's what I meant to do. Damn it.
Dang.
So, hey, we got 5 minutes left. You think we should spit some freestyles?
Oh, you want to spit a freestyle?
I'm always down to spit, man.
Yeah, this is something new we've never done on the Outhouse Super Show. We've got a rapper on, so figured
mess in the morning.
Mess in the morning. Figure we'll throw out some do a little OddUnique freestyle real quick. You gonna tag it?
Yeah,
come in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So you're like Conan O'Brien, like, ladies and gentlemen, OddUnique.
So I have one beat on this thing. This is just a brand new idea we just had. The beat came with the system, so I hope it doesn't flag for copyright.
That's how. No, because it's free public domain.
Oh yeah, it's probably Because I need to get some more beats on here so we get into rappers.
Gorillaz did the same thing. Remember that song? It's just a template.
Clint Eastwood. It was just a template from an old keyboard.
Casio.
So we're gonna put you on the spot. We'll see what I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do.
We do have the power of editing, so we can always. No, I'm just kidding. No. We're not editing anything.
If it cuts right here, he sucks.
So this is gonna be this is live on the spot. We came up with the idea on break, so like it's literally within the last half hour off the top of the dome. We'll see. You got enough weed in you?
Yeah.
I know that helps.
I'm a firm believer in stay ready, gotta get ready.
Okay, cool. So this is OddUnique opening for Jaron Benton on October 16th.
Yeah. Real quick, I've also, if you want to see me more recently, I've got a friendly competition in Columbus, Indiana, July 27th.
There you go.
Okay.
At the Shrine Club.
Okay, nice.
I've posted it there.
I like Columbus.
And it's the thing is it's the more people that I can get to show up on my behalf, there will be a sound meter on the side that will determine what artist gets picked. It's a friendly competition, and there's a prize pool involved, and I plan on sharing that with all my people that come out to show support.
Yeah, check it out, Columbus, Indiana. Also, August 16th, grand opening of Outhouse Records in Kokomo.
Starting the show right.
All right, I don't know. I'm just going to play this, and we'll see what you can do, because I cannot do this. Let's see.
Let's do it.
Yeah. OddUnique, baby. Here we go. Can't lose focus, people bogus. Goddamn, I know I'm rolling, going cold, yes, stay frozen. Everybody see me, I've been chosen. In my lane, people been faking, they been lame. Fuck that shit, gotta do my own thing. I've been free, everybody wanna try. Drop a hit of LSD. Damn, what it really be? No, I can't do me. I know I had to do this shit, kill a eulogy. I don't think they understand or ever get next to me. Better be, rapping like the veterans be. Fuck this shit up, like chasing the cheddary. Dang, I mean, hold up.
Yeah.
I'm sick like throw us. They come around, really acting like they know us. Then, when you motherfucking blow up, everybody really wanna seem to start and show up. I see you come around only when you benefit. Fuck that shit, cause I know that you've been a bitch. Just kicking it, I know it's been a minute. Messi wanted me to diss him, so I'm going for it. Yeah, fuck that shit. I know I leave him pouring. Yeah, I went to prison and our tattoos look the same. It's hella lame. I'm spitting this shit off the brain. People want to try, got fire in the flame. Thank y'all for having me again. And I don't think they understand what I really mean. Hey, peace, y'all.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
I've been to prison. Our tattoos look the same.
Right off the brain.
Anyways, that is OddUnique. Caleb. Also, didn't you?
Yeah,
man,
that's my painting.
This is his painting back here.
I
True,
definitely
yeah.
appreciate you
Fuck
guys
yeah.
for hanging
Yes.
that up. I noticed that
Yeah.
earlier. I was gonna.
I
say
got two of them in my house.
Actually,
yeah.
if you
yeah,
watch
man.
Fettuccine Alfredo, your artwork is throughout the whole
That's
movie.
true.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I have to see that.
It's on
Fuck yeah.
YouTube. Watch it for free or order it on
Fettuccine
shopmyhouse.com.
I'll have to definitely rewatch and like check
Yeah.
in the background,
Yeah,
man. I
look
didn't
at it.
notice.
It's all over
Hell
the
yeah,
place.
I appreciate it, man.
It's here for every week now, and like I said, I have two at my house, and I was in the background when we were shooting over there. So,
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, he does art. He does the hip hop. He does all this stuff. He's opening Outhouse Records July 27th in Columbus, Indiana. October 16th with Jared Benton and
August
Rose
16th.
Room.
Yep. Rose Center.
Rose Center.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rose Room is Fallout. My bad.
August 15th.
Anyways, yeah. So we want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys
thank
for
you.
having me, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys as always, man. You guys have always shown me love, and I will always try to show it back when I can, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to the Outhouse Super Show, episode 21, and we will be back. We'll see you next week.
Later.
You draw trouble like an outhouse draws flies. Outhouse.
Oh, look, an indoor outhouse.
Been an outhouse that didn't stink that bad.
40 yards to the outhouse.
Most brothers be having them an outhouse.